So I presume backing Srinivasan tonight on this debate will be Bimal Soni, Deputy President of the Rajasthan Cricket Association, and Atul Wasan. I'm told he takes that kind of a point of view. Boria Majumdar has no love lost for Mr. Srinivasan, sports historian and Times Now's expert. And Ameet Naik is lawyer for the petitioner of the Bihar Cricket Association. You heard there, Amit, you know what?
Cricket Association of Bihar.
The Cricket Association of Bihar. Is there a semantic or a greater...
No, they're different associations. Cricket Association of Bihar, which is the petitioner in this.
Okay, the Cricket Association of Bihar. First of all, why did the Cricket Association of Bihar come to the Bombay High Court?
Well, look,
to file a litigation in this case. So it doesn't add up, does it?
Arnab, firstly, this is a PIL that is filed with the petitioner, Cricket Association of Bihar.
Yeah.
There is a larger issue of cricket and the issue of cricket.
No, what's the politics there? Is Lalu trying to get into this? Because
let me
Cricket
tell you what the
Association of
petition
Bihar is led by Lalu, doesn't it?
Let me tell you what the petition is about. And my client is the Cricket Association of Bihar.
Yeah.
So that's my answer. One.
Yeah.
Two, this is a petition in public interest where it deals with the larger issue of cricketing and what has become of cricketing. That's second. Third, we raised two principal issues. Okay. One is the issue of conflict of interest, but more importantly, what we argued in court, while we raised several issues, what Dr. Tuzapurkar argued in court is primarily that when this probe panel came to be constituted on 28th, respondent number 2, that is Srinivasan, was at the helm of affairs.
Yeah.
He steps aside only on 2nd of June.
So you were making a moral point?
No, we weren't. We were saying that the constitution was wrong, and of course it's a larger public interest.
You've lost the case in court.
Absolutely incorrect.
You've lost the case in court. You know what Srinivasan says? He says the writ has been dismissed.
No, absolutely not.
The writ has been dismissed. So
let me clarify this very clearly. There are 3 observations that the court has given. First, on maintainability, which is the issue that the respondents raised on locus, the court said that the petition filed by the petitioners is maintainable and the respondents' contention is set aside. Second, what the court said is that the judgment passed, which was the same issue that ultimately this is, because one of the arguments that they made is this is a domestic issue, not about international cricket, not about cricket. That was also negated because they said in Lalit Modi's case, passed by this court, which was Justice Chandrachud's judgment in the Bombay High Court, the same issues are there, and therefore that judgment was not.
Why was the writ dismissed? Just quickly, let's go to the other. Why was the writ dismissed?
Let's be clear that
why was the writ
not dismissed? In fact, what has been held in this writ petition,
the Bombay High Court has dismissed the writ, but made observations about the probe panel being unconstitutional and illegal.
I think therefore, some context, Arnab,
would it be correct to say Srinivasan can go for the 2nd August meeting?
Right.
But it may not be a moral thing for him to do. But he has the right to go for that.
If you just permit me half a second, I'll tell you the prayers in the writ. The first prayer that we are asked in the writ is that the constitution was bad, correct? The second prayer was that you constitute a fresh panel. That prayer has not been allowed. Other interim prayers that we asked were to hold that the franchise agreements were bad. Now, we had not even pressed for those prayers during the hearing of the petition, though they formed part of the petition. So ultimately,
BCCI and Srinivasan in their reply affidavits to you say your petition is motivated and with personal interest.
But
which interest are you representing?
That stand has been negated because the petition has been held to be maintainable.
Is this a desperate attempt? Is this a desperate attempt? Are you representing the anti-Srinivasan lobby?
We are representing.
Are you representing the anti-Srinivasan? Allow me to complete. Are you representing the anti-Srinivasan lobby in court? A lobby which is now one second been hurt by the fact that the BCCI internal panel is giving Mr. Srinivasan a clean chit, and unless legally held back by people like you, unless you find some legal recourse, Mr. Srinivasan is going to come back.
And that's the answer. We are cricket lovers.
And Mr. Srinivasan is not.
Well, that's for the people to decide.
Let's take the other side. Bimal Soni, this backdoor entry for Srinivasan. No, one sec, Mr. Soni. The backdoor entry for Srinivasan, which you people had planned, has now gone into some serious trouble, hasn't it?
No, I don't think so. But I don't know the clear order.
So you agree there was an attempt at a backdoor entry?
No, it's not a backdoor entry.
Of course it is.
What I'm saying is, where is it mentioned that he would be on the second meeting, he would be in the chair? It's not been mentioned yet.
No, that's not the question. The question is this entire country saw this whole, I don't even want to use the word tamasha, this spectacle. This nasty and dirty spectacle of fixing. This nasty and dirty spectacle of fixing was seen by the entire country. Then you constitute a panel. It's an internal panel appointed by you. You don't have any evidence.
No, I agree.
You don't have any evidence to clear Srinivasan, but you argue that because there is no evidence that we have got and because we have not applied our mind to anything and hence let's give him a clean chit. That's essentially your argument.
No, that probe panel has given that. I respect the judges, but
No, on the basis of what?
It's not fair because...
On the basis of what have they given a clean chit?
I agree. Well,
they were not able to show
nobody's
even to the court as to how, and that's the observation, as to how this probe panel under their own operational rules came to be constituted. Not a single minute of the meeting was shown. So how did they constitute this under their own operational rules of 2013? They were unable to demonstrate to the court as to what happened and how this committee probe panel came to be constituted under their own rules.
Yeah, so Mr. Soni, accept that this is an unconstitutional, illegal, unethical probe panel that you constituted. This probe panel is nothing but an eyewash.
There's a clear-cut IPL council has got certain powers where they've got a committee which constitutes the panel if there is any deviation in the franchisee agreements or if there is any...
Sir, you are telling me, I just have one question and I'm going to Boria next. I have just one question. Right, what is going on, sir? You want to say that, there was nothing going on? We have nothing against Mayappan, we have nothing against Raj Kundra. Then please tell me on what basis, because I have a letter of the Mumbai police. I think it's time to show these letters out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I have two letters. No, 1 minute, Mr. 1 minute. So, Mr. Soni, please, let's put the truth out. There are two letters, one letter by the BCCI to the Mumbai police, another by the Mumbai police to the BCCI. In the letter of the Mumbai police to the BCCI, the Mumbai police is asking the BCCI, please quote relevant provisions under which the investigation or any other officer from the investigation agency can be called before the probe commission. The Mumbai police is asking you, please tell me under what technicality we depose before you. The Mumbai police is saying that this panel is rubbish. We don't believe in this panel. And you say, you say, therefore there is no evidence, let's close the case. What's going on, Mr. Soni?
No.
Yes.
I am not talking about that. I am saying the panel has been wrongly constituted.
Exactly, so you admit it. Well, no, so watch it.
Arnab, I want to just read out something from the affidavit that
Mr. Ameet Naik is saying something here.
I will tell you, and every word and sentence is important.
Yeah.
Ratnakar Shetty, game planner, files an affidavit and see what he says.
Yeah, go on.
On the same day, on 20th May, I called up the members of the Governing Council of Indian Premier League, starting with Arun Jaitley, who suggested that the commission comprise of one member of the respondent and two independent members. I then called up the members of CG individually and informed them. Is this how a meeting gets constituted? This was done in terms of operational rules. How it was done was never stated. The respondent had no role to play. Respondent number 2, that is Srinivasan, had no role to play. Is this the answer? And names are suggested of the judges by legal advisors. Now, they were not what fell in the court.
Do you think the BCCI has been caught red-handed here? Atul Wasan, has the BCCI been caught red-handed here by the High Court, which in its judgment has crushed the validity of its probe panel? The High Court, not some anti-Srinivasan lobby.
Arnab, a lot of technical jargon thrown at me. I'm not an expert at law, but I've got a good news and I've got bad news for you. Which one do you want first?
No, the thing is, it's all news for me, in case you didn't realize. I don't differentiate between news, good news or bad news.
As a former cricketer, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. The good news is that finally we've got a chance of actually getting to the bottom of the truth, whether there was involvement of people involved with the franchisees in betting. Leave us out fixing, But the other bad news is that this has opened a Pandora's box, and every move, every committee's decision will be questioned and writ petitions will be filed, from left, right and centre. So I think the issue here is that, we are looking at Mr. Srinivasan as an individual, but he represents a genre of board bigwigs who have been operating like this, and there are always ways around ways. So when the independent panel was not set up, this was what was going to come out, because nobody's got the patience for the courts to actually convict the guys, and then Mr. Srinivasan comes back, and this is how they operate. So
this is not how they are meant to operate.
I'm surprised that the court.
What kind of argument is that? This is how they operate.
I think it's very unfair.
This is a ridiculous argument.
Yeah, of course.
This is a ridiculous argument.
The court has given a very historic. The judges have.
I'm just telling you, because
1 minute. Atul, the lawyer for the petitioner, Amit feels you're being unfair here to the court.
The court has actually heard this matter in public interest. It has delivered a historic verdict. It has observed it has observed that as far as this constitution is concerned, under the own rules, BCCI were not able to show as to how it got constituted, where were the minutes and what was there. We need to see the details of the order. As your point on dismissal, I want to make one thing clear.
That's my point.
The BCCI Council today, Boria, just a minute. The BCCI Council today applied for stay of this order.
Why? Why?
So what does that mean?
Why is the BCCI nervous? Why is the BCCI
they have to take a decision of the court has not directed for a fresh panel.
Here's a fact. Well, I'm coming to you, Boria. The fact is, no, 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please, Atul. Let's be fair to the people of this country. The fact is, the people who know are the Mumbai police, not these two judges. With the greatest of respect, I have great respect to the judges, but they don't know. The fact is, the Mumbai police, which is investigating the allegations of corruption against Gurunath Mayappan, did not depose before the BCCI panel. And then, why did the BCCI panel give a clean chit?
I think we must appreciate what the judiciary has done in a matter like this, where no one has come out strong.
Absolutely. Well, the point is, don't try a smoke screen. Boria, your response, especially to Atul, who says, well, this is the way it is. This is the way it's worked.
Arnab, I've been hearing legal semantics. I've been hearing completely indefensible defense for the last, I don't think, more than 15 minutes. Give me 30 seconds. On the one hand is cricket. On the one hand is cricket lovers. On the one hand is judiciary. On the one hand is law. On the one hand is credibility. On the one hand is the statement, this is not cricket. And on the other hand is lust for power. Take your pick. The BCCI and the 30 members of the BCCI have taken their pick. It's the lust for power. Go around this country, see if the BCCI has any credibility left. Go around this country, see if Indian cricket has any credibility left. If you get one person, come and tell me. The problem is, I pity Indian cricket. Trust me, I was there in that working committee meeting at the Taj Bengal. I was there. I saw BCCI members running away because we were asking them the questions. Even they know.
Yeah.
They are frustrated. They are disappointed. They know that it is unconstitutional, illegal, immoral, improper. It's a matter of impropriety.
But what got their tongue? What got their tongue? No, 1 second. If everybody knows, why? I ask a person, why do you think a person like Bimal Soni, who is on the Newshour tonight, why do you think a person like Bimal Soni, who knows it is wrong according to you, does not have the courage to say it is wrong?
I'm asking you, Arnab, I'll ask a simple question of Bimal Soni. Please.
Go ahead.
Mr. Soni just said the panel is unconstitutional. He said it in a public debate. Why did his association not say the same thing in the Calcutta Working Committee or today before the 2nd August Working Committee? Today, believe me, I'll
tell us.
20 seconds. A very senior BCCI official tells me it has come to a state, and I quote, I will not give you the name. Now if we don't bind Mr. Srinivasan, bind and tie him up, he will say to hoots with morality, I will come. The board has gone to the dogs. I'm quoting a former BCCI, very senior functionary here.
1 second. I want Bimal Soni. Bimal Soni respond. Bimal Soni, if you think it's unconstitutional, why don't you have the courage to say so at the highest levels? Why is your association quiet when you go for the big meeting? Who is bullying you?
I'm not representing my state.
No, but who is bullying you? Somebody is bullying you. Name the person bullying you.
Somebody is.
Who is bullying you?
No,
Who is the bully?
Arnab, I am not representing my association in the managing committee. But I am sure that my association and my president has mentioned to the powers to be that whatever they have constituted has not been done in a legal framework, and also whatever decisions are being taken when Mr. Dalmia was asked to be the interim president, it was not legal.
Well, that is not what they pleaded in court. That is not what they've said.
I don't understand what you're saying.
That's absolutely not the case.
Tell me one BCCI person who has said that it is unconstitutional and illegal. Name one BCCI top official. Come on, Mr. Soni. Paul is in your court. Name one person.
There is a method by which, why not? Mr. Jagdale said he didn't know that the panel has been constituted.
Let's be clear. Both Mr. Jagdale and Mr. Shirke, our petitioners wrote emails and letters. They got a response. This is what Mr. Jagdale says, that I'm not aware of any such IPL GC meeting on 28th.
Yeah. What was their role? Why do
Right.
Mr. Shirke and Mr. Jagdale become important in this?
Of course, because they're office bearers.
Straight question.
And by ipso facto, obviously, Mr. Jagdale was even nominated.
So one second.
So
one
what
second,
happens?
one
He
second.
doesn't know what is
two letters.
constituted.
We have 2 letters on the Newshour now, which I'm going to put out. This is 1 second. We know Atul Wasan, you are getting impatient, but hear this, Atul. People are saying we have constituted a probe panel. The secretary and treasurer of the BCCI have given written letters. We don't know about this probe panel. We are not part of it. Nobody told us. So, okay, secretary does not know. Here's the letter of the secretary. Let's come closer. This is Jagdale's letter. Treasurer does not know. Here's the letter of the treasurer. Shirke's letter. So the question on the Newshour tonight is, treasurer doesn't know, secretary does not know, then we presume that the then president of the BCCI is choosing the 2 judges who are going to investigate his son-in-law.
Which is what Ratnakar Shetty's affidavit says.
This is the 2
Also-
letters. Show me a counter letter. Mr. Wasan, what's going on?
You know, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, there's too much focus on the small print here and technicalities. You know,
Small
and I
print.
think most of the people actually don't know, but they just want more transparency. You know, I am totally agreeing with you that what transpired is wrong, but I just want to throw some light on how this works, because, you know, they are slow in waking up to the fact that these are the times of great scrutiny. They have to wake up and smell the coffee, because they are just running the board the way they were, you know, doing it for last 30, 40 years. I've been associated with the cricket setup in this country for 30 years.
No.
And I know that when anybody speaks against them, they've got this law that just, you know, make him untouchable, you know, and this is how they work. Just they...
No, but can they get Srinivasan back like this?
But
Can they
you
use
know,
technicalities
the
to
game
get
has become
Srinivasan
so
back? Have
big.
they not been
You know,
exposed by what has happened now? Have they not been exposed?
Somebody mentioned the word in public interest, you know. Why is you think somebody's going to file a writ petition against some misdoing of a kabaddi official? No, because, you know, suddenly cricket is only the one which has got...
No, one second.
interest.
Amit, Atul Wasan is challenging the premise about public
Arnab,
interest.
can I please-
He's saying that you are
Can I please
representing...
say something?
He's saying that you are representing some vicious anti-Srinivasan
Let's be
group.
clear. If
No,
that
you
was
answer
the
him
case-
directly.
If that was the case on maintainability and on locus, we would have been out. That is not the case. The other issue is there is a disciplinary procedure that Mr. Ratnakar Shetty relies on his affidavit but doesn't explain under what provision. The court exactly has obviously observed under clause 2.2. BCCI was not able to explain as to how this committee got constituted. Where are the minutes? What has become of it? Nothing.
In your view, who constituted?
Well, obviously it's apparent.
Srinivasan.
How was it constituted? That is
Who
our
constituted?
allegation. That is very much our allegation.
What is your allegation?
That ultimately there's an inference to be drawn on this, that how did it get constituted, because on 28th he was at the helm of affairs. It is only on 2nd of June that he steps aside.
So why is nobody in the BCCI talking about it?
And Ratnakar Shetty in his affidavit, all that he says is on a telephone conversation. An issue related to the disciplinary procedure, which is a rule of 2013 April, is set on a telephone call, and there are no minutes. Come on, where is it going to? And ultimately, what has the court done?
Mr. Bimal Soni, does this not all hurt your conscience? And by the way, Atul Wasan, when we exposed the CWG scam, at that point of time, a certain Mr. Suresh Kalmadi also said that we are only looking at fine print. Well, if the truth is in the fine print, it better be found, Mr. Wasan. But Bimal Soni, isn't your conscience getting hurt? Why don't you resign as the Rajasthan Cricket Association? Why don't you resign tonight?
Because as written,
If you don't agree-
5 years ago, what board did every day, you know, nobody used to know, nobody used to bother.
Well, we know now, right? So, Atul, so you know, open up the cupboards,
They used to manage stuff.
dust the
And nobody
shelves,
used to notice, you know.
open the
Now
cupboards,
every move is noticed.
open the
I'm
cupboards,
glad, actually.
dust the
There's a
shelves.
chance of,
one second. Atul, you say, you know, we didn't know. I have 3 things. Open the cupboards, dust the shelves, and you know what? Lo and behold, pull out the skeletons. Pull
I'm
out
with
the
you.
skeletons. Let them fall one by one.
And, you know,
Can I-
Let them fall one by one. But Boria, yes, Boria.
You know, Arnab, all of us know what's going on. All of us know it's clandestine. The entire country knows it's clandestine. The 31 members of the BCCI will tell you 2 hoots with all of it. You know, we say this just isn't cricket. We don't say the same thing about tennis, golf, football or anything. Actually, this just isn't cricket has actually been taken to the cleaners by the powers that be in the BCCI. Yes, Mr. Srinivasan will attend the 2nd August meeting. We will watch that charade. But in doing so, he will have sounded the death knell of the BCCI in terms of credibility and that of Indian cricket. So I today tell you, we pity Indian cricket. As cricket fans, we have no respect left, and that for me is the single biggest truth. I don't care for Mr. Srinivasan, nor do I care for the BCCI.
Yes, Atul. Yes, Atul.
I care for Indian cricket, and Indian cricket
Don't
has
make
suffered.
it look so gloomy, Boria. One sentence, I said on a positive note, the end product, the final cricket team is probably the best team in the world. Just imagine what we have achieved in the last 2-3 years, despite the system.
Which is showing no
everything is not as gloomy as it is.
What are you talking about?
Always scope for improvement.
Of course it is.
No, but
of course it is gloomy. Atul Wasan, for heaven's sake, don't get resorting to semantics. The richest cricket board today is telling the judiciary, we don't care for the judiciary.
Have you seen a period like this where we have achieved so much in world cricket? Please tell me.
Atul.
Have you seen as rosy a period for Indian cricket?
The fact of the matter is the judiciary's observations are being ignored. The judiciary's observations are being negated. Yes, the team is doing well, but these administrators are shaming Indian cricket no end. What are you telling me about no gloomy? If this is not gloomy, then I don't understand the meaning of gloomy.
I'm supporting you there.
Then if you're agreeing on that, why don't you protest? If you agree on that, the entire country should protest.
No, I'm just
the
saying,
entire
I'm
country
putting the
should
two,
say, this BCCI has taken Indian cricket to the dogs. Finished.
Who appointed the probe panel? That's the only question. Who appointed the probe panel?
And that is singularly what we have said.
And let me ask you a question for you, Arnab.
In the appointment of the probe panel.
First of all, there are 3 questions, Atul. One is who appointed the probe panel? No, one second.
Saying that, the probe panel has been in place for last 1 month. Nobody questioned it.
Of course, people questioned it.
Came out, everybody just 15th of June.
Everybody
So it's
questioned it.
Of course, it has been questioned. The probe panel has been questioned repeatedly. Now, the former BCCI secretary and the former BCCI treasurer say they do not know who appointed the 2-member probe panel. They were among the 2 most important people in the Indian Cricket Board. Don't know who appointed the probe panel.
Now, I want to add one thing.
So, this has some significance.
The court asked as to what is first the hearing was in about 3 days. 3 to 4 days. I mean, it went on for 3 to 4 days. And the court heard it very patiently. What is important is when the court asked what is happening in the hearing, first was a preliminary hearing. In 2 hearings, written submissions were called for and it was closed for orders. Now, the court did not have the report and even today does not have the report. That is irrelevant. The issue is such an important commission, such an important probe in 2 hearings, and this is informed by the Respondents' Council, that is for Jaipur and for India Cements, that was written submissions are asked to be given in 2 hearings. Where does this happen for a magnitude, for such an issue?
So you're saying it's all premeditated.
So that is
it's all well planned.
Perhaps that is exactly what has happened. Now we don't know.
It's a bit
the court has not gone to the report, but the court has really gone on the rules.
I find this a little bit like to take an example. Mr. Srinivasan won't like it, but he doesn't like a lot of things we say. This is like the Maharashtra irrigation scam. Internal probe not working. In the Maharashtra irrigation scam, which is completely another context, you had a white paper which was prepared by the Water Resources Department, which gave a clean chit to the ministry held by the NCP. So Ajit Pawar gave himself a clean chit. And what happened? Nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. My question to Bimal Soni is this: Mr. Soni, hurts your conscience somewhere? No, why don't you resign in protest?
You see.
No, if you're saying you know it is wrong, why don't you start by saying I'll resign rather than put up with this? Why don't you resign?
Just listen to me. I can resign today, but it has no cognizance. The people in power are in the BCCI. I am not in the BCCI. And if the majority is not speaking, 1 or 2 people speaking, I am not sitting in BCCI. But what I am trying to tell you is that the panel was wrongly constituted. Just listen, Arnab. Panel was wrongly constituted. 1. Then the secretary and the treasurer resigned, and they had the audacity to step aside, ask Mr. Dalmia to be the president and nominate 2 people from BCCI. And the BCCI is silent. So what I am trying to tell you is, we are outside. We are not there. Okay, I am one of the constituents, and I am one of
Sir, you are indulging in what I call, you are indulging in, Mr. Soni, you know, I have great respect for you, but please don't mind what I'm about to say.
No, I agree.
No, please don't mind what I'm about to say.
First thing I
No,
said.
please don't mind what I'm about to say. You are indulging in the classic game. You are indulging in the. You are the deputy president. You are the deputy president of the Rajasthan Cricket Association. Through the entire imbroglio, you kept supporting Mr. Srinivasan on several programs. You are indulging in what I can only call the pehle aap culture. You are saying pehle aap.
I have never supported Srinivasan. You are wrong. What I have said is, our association has always spoken the truth. But the powers that be, or who are controlling the majority, are running the show.
Name the people.
Why aren't you talking?
Who are you talking about?
Pardon?
Who are you talking about?
What I am again and again saying is that Rajasthan Cricket Association has not liked what has happened in the board.
Who is the head of the Rajasthan Cricket Association?
We are not.
Who is the head of the Rajasthan Cricket Association?
I am outside the BCCI.
Who heads the Rajasthan Cricket Association? Who is the head of your association?
My secretary goes there.
Yeah, Secretary CP Joshi, right? Union Minister?
No, he is Mr. CP Joshi has not attended the secretary.
No. Oh, don't backtrack, because he's a Congress leader. There are several Congress leaders also who are in the BCCI. So it's the same cabal.
Yeah.
So it's the same cabal.
They should be speaking. Speaking the truth.
That's the point.
What I want is that what is happening is the majority work. People
The last word to Boria. You see, this is the political cabal is to speak. The political group eventually will have to speak on this. Boria, last word here. Last word.
20 seconds. On one hand is a billion plus cricket fans. On the other hand, 30 plus lustful people who have only one word in their dictionary, that's called power. They try to safeguard that at any cost. We, the media, and the cricket fans, do we allow them to do that? The jury is out on that.
Well, let's follow the story. Let's what happens here. But clearly the owners. Yes, Atul. Atul wants to come in. He thinks you're being too rhetorical. He said that once. Yes, go ahead.
Arnab, through this platform, I think now we all know what transpired. So I just want you to actually start a kind of a movement where we actually find solutions. Where do we go from here? How can we constitutionally get an independent panel of impeccably integral people with integrity to actually have a panel there who monitors the board? Can we do that? Or what are the other suggestions? I would love to hear what can be implemented.
I just want to say this, Arnab.
Last word, Atul.
I think a lot of what you're saying in this debate is going to depend on what BCCI is going to do, given the fact that there is a finding.
What do you think they'll do?
They have to decide. Ultimately, the court has left it to them. Yeah. The court is not saying you constitute a fresh tribunal. Now they have to see
I think
the morality issue that you raised rightly, which Boria raised. What is it that BCCI is going to do? Where is the victory here? The victory is for the cricketers, the people of this country, and the victories of the judiciary.
I think those 30 people, the BCCI top brass, whose Boria is speaking against, also will have the wisdom to understand that if they want to bring Mr. Srinivasan back through the back door or front door, openly brazen it out, then the tide of public opinion and eventually people who follow the tide of public opinion will turn against them. We'll follow this story. Ameet, Boria, Mr. Soni and Atul, thank you very much for joining me on this debate on the Newshour tonight. Thank you, gentlemen.